are super excited because of your favorite cricket team. RCB just won their first ever IPL trophy after 18 long years. Fans are cheering, the city is buzzing, and everyone is ready for a grand victory parade. But then something goes terribly wrong. A massive crowd gathers. Things get out of control and tragedy strikes. What happens? Who is to blame? And could RCB face a big punishment? Let us dive into the story and we will find out the reason. It is June 4, 2025 in Bengaluru. RCB has just won IPL 2025 title, beating Punjab Kings in thrilling match. The whole city is in the party mode. Fans are folding the streets to celebrate their heroes at M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. But here is where things take a dark turn. A huge crowd, some say 3 to 5 lakh people, shows up and way more than the stadium can handle. The stadium only fits 33,000 people, so you can imagine the chaos. Suddenly there is pushing, shoving and a stampede breaks out. Sadly 11 people lose their lives and over 50 others get hurt. It is heartbreaking, and how did a day of joy turn into such a disaster? Let us break it down step by step. So what went wrong? According to the reports, it all comes down to poor planning. Let us imagine you are organizing a birthday party. You invite a few friends, but you need to tell your parents first, right? So you also need enough spaces, foods and seats for everyone. Now imagine inviting the whole school without telling anyone or planning anything. That's the kind of what happened here. RCB and the event organizers, a company called DNA Entertainment, didn't ask for proper permission from the police to hold this big victory parade. There is a rule called Controlling of Assemblies and Public Procession Order 2009. It says you are planning a big event, you need to apply for permission at least 7 days in advance. But RCB didn't do that. They announced the celebration just one day after their win. On June 3, they started posting about it on social media. Now here is where it gets interesting. On the morning, June 4, RCB posted on Instagram at 7 am, then again 8 am, inviting fans to come to celebrate. One post even had Virat Kohli, one of the biggest cricket stars in the world, asking fans to join for free. By 8:55 am, another post went up. But this post spread like wildfire, and soon lakhs of fans showed up at the stadium. But there was a problem. No one was ready for such huge crowd. There were not enough barriers, signs or security guards to keep things safe. Think about it, if you invite tons of people to a small place without planning, what could go wrong? Have you ever been in a super crowded place where things felt unsafe? Now the question is, whom to blame? The reports speak for itself. And now let us talk about who is taking the blame. Two big reports, one from the Karnataka government and another from a group called Central Administrative Tribunal or CAT. Both points finger at RCB. They say RCB didn't plan properly and didn't get permission, which led to the huge crowd and the stampede. The Karnataka government's report, which was shared with the High Court, even mentions Virat Kohli. It says his video inviting fans for free added to the chaos because so many people showed up to see him. But here is a twist. Some people think it is not fair to blame Virat. He is a player, not the one organizing the event. Should a star be blamed for being popular? No, right? The reports also say the event organizers and RCB didn't work well together. For example, just before the event started, someone announced that fans needed passes to enter the stadium, but no one told the crowd this earlier. This caused confusion and people started pushing to get in, leading to the stampede. 7 police officers even got hurt trying to control the crowd. If you were in charge of a big event, how would you make sure everyone stays safe? What would you do differently? Now the question is, what did the court say? The Karnataka court got involved because this was a serious incident. They asked tough questions. Why was not there better planning? Who decided to hold this event so quickly? Why didn't anyone prepare for such big crowd? The court also said arrest of some RCB officials like their marketing head Nikhil Sosale were not done properly and ordered their release. Meanwhile, the BCC, which runs the IPL, is super serious about this. They have asked RCB, the Karnataka State Cricket Association, to explain what happened in writing. The BCCI even formed a special team to make new rules so this kind of tragedy never happens again. Some people are even saying RCB could be banned from the IPL for a season. And that is a huge deal because RCB is one of the most popular teams with millions of fans. And do you think it is fair to punish the whole RCB team, including the players, for something the organizers did wrong? Why or why not? Now the big question is, should RCB be punished? Now here is where things get really heated. Some people say RCB deserves a big punishment, like being banned from the IPL for a year. They argue that RCB's mistakes caused a terrible tragedy and BCCI needs to show that safety comes first. They point out that other teams like Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan Royals were banned before when their owners made mistakes, even though the players were not at fault. But RCB fans have a different view. They say ban RCB, no way. The IPL would not be the same without us. They argue that RCB is too popular and banning them could hurt the IPL's viewership. Plus, some fans say the Karnataka government is being unfair. They point out that government ministers were celebrating RCB and taking photos with the trophy, but now they are blaming RCB to avoid responsibility. There is also big question about rules. The Karnataka government says RCB broke the 2009 rule about getting permission 7 days in advance. But some people ask, why is this rule so strict? When India won T20 World Cup in 2024, their victory parade in Mumbai happened just 5 days later and no one complained about permissions then. So are the rules being used fairly or are they just an excuse to blame RCB? Now I want to ask you, if you were the BCCI, what would you do? Would you ban RCB to set an example or would you give them a chance to fix their mistakes? What is the right way to balance punishment and fairness? So what is next for RCB? So what happens now? The BCCI is still investigating. RCB has to explain themselves. The Karnataka government has increased compensation for the families of those who lost their lives to 25 lakh and RCB has promised 10 lakh per family. But money can't bring their people who were lost. This tragedy is big wake up call. It shows how important it is to plan carefully or for big events, especially when lakhs of excited fans are involved. The BCCI is working on the new safety rules and everyone hopes this never happens again. If you were an RCB fan, how would you feel right now? Would you still support the team or would you want them to take responsibility for what happened? Now the Bengaluru Stampede is said, reminded that even celebrations need careful planning. What do you think about the whole situation? Should RCB when they get a second chance? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us start a big discussion. If you love this big dive, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel and check our latest video in the. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next.